We will take a stand and build a land with faith to defend what is ours. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good afternoon wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice. This is Youth Pulse on GOTS 104.9 FM, a program that has been designed for you and me, for the youth, both in secondary, tertiary, and those who are the young adults. A period and a moment when we discuss and when we look into issues that affect us directly. A time when you learn, when we learn, when we relearn, and when we unlearn. Once again, this is Youth Pulse on GOTS 104.9 FM. And this afternoon, I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me a young professional and a young adult. I would like him to quickly introduce himself.
Yeah, Arigbabuowo Felix, Abolaji by name.
Arigbabuowo Felix, Abolaji by name, popularly known as BJ. You are welcome on board, sir. All right, so this afternoon, what are we looking into? What are we discussing? It is something that affects you, something that affects me as well. Something that have actually limited some people because they don't have it, and something that have uplifted some people. We've seen many young people who have dreams, who have potentials. If you listen to the sweeper of the program, it says you have visions, you have dreams, you have purpose in your heart, and you have visions in your mind, and now you have a voice. Many have the voice, they have the dream, they have purposes, they have talents, they have skills, but at the end of the day, we discover that they are wasting. Not because they don't have the resources, some even have the money. We've seen people who have come from grace to grass just because they lack this single factor that we are discussing today. And we've seen many people who have risen from grass to grace just because of this single factor. And what are we talking about this afternoon? We are talking about something very crucial, and that is discipline. I come again, discipline. What is discipline? How does it affect you and me? How can discipline uplift you and me as a youth? The lack of it as well, what can be the penalty that the lack of it can cost you and me as youth or young adult? So once again, you are welcome. We go on a short musical break. Then when we are back, we dive into the discussion proper. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We are the dream. We are the nation, we are part of this. Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. We are the nation, we are part of this.
All right, we are the nation and we are part of it. Right. Definitely, we are the nation. When we are talking about Nigeria today, it's not just the land, it's not the property, it's not just the resources, the mineral resources. You, the people there, you are the real country. When we hear Nigeria is playing versus Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, the land will not go and play. It's the people that will go and play. A country is fighting war against another country. It's the people that will still go. Now, let's look at Nigeria today. We are the nation. And I looked at the topic, discipline. Discipline. When I say discipline, by spelling D-I-S-C-I-P-L-I-N-E, I come again. D-I-S-C-I-P-L-I-N-E. So definitely, I won't be doing the talk alone. I have an educator with me, Abolaji Felix, right? You are welcome, sir. So I would like you to firstly introduce us to the topic, like give us a rundown of what discipline is and the application of discipline to the youthful population. You are welcome.
All right, once again, good afternoon. Talking about discipline, just like Uncle has said, when we talk about discipline, we are talking about practice or training of oneself in order to follow set rules.
Okay, you mean training of oneself, like when someone train himself to follow a set rules, okay? Principle, okay. All right. Now, when we are talking about discipline, although I would like us to narrow this down to self-discipline.
Okay.
Yes, I would like us to narrow the conversation to self-discipline. But apart from the self-discipline, are there other type of disciplines? Like, because when we say discipline, I'm looking in terms of the set rules now. So are there other type apart from self-discipline? Even though I would like us to
Look at
self-discipline to be precise.
Yeah. Discipline cuts across all sphere of life.
All sphere of life, okay?
All sphere of life.
All right.
Whether in school, in your church.
Okay, I would like you to move closer to the mic.
Right.
Although I believe in the baritone voice,
Okay.
but you can still move closer.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like I said,
Yeah.
discipline cuts across all sphere of life. Be it religious, be it in the education sector, wherever you find yourself.
Okay.
Discipline is something that you must work with, because when you are not following the rules of discipline, so many things would be jeopardized.
So many things
So many
will be
things.
jeopardized if
Yeah.
you are not following the
rule of
rules.
discipline.
Now let's look at the rules and the rules of discipline. Like we've said earlier, that if we did not follow the rules, is it that someone is meant to set the rule for you as a youth or a young adult? You know, some of us are working in companies and we have the company rules, we have the policies. Some are teaching, and the school we have their principles, or the Ministry of Education, they have their principles, they have their guidelines as well. Now let's come back to the family as well. Family have their principle.
Sure.
Now, when it comes to self as well, is it that it is meant to be someone is meant to help you develop those rules, or you as a person you build it on your own? Then that will take me to the next question. You can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we're talking about that. You follow, we have rules for organizations and all that, just like you said.
Yeah.
But individually also, you yourself, you must have your own rule. You
Okay.
understand that this person will never take this. It's just like in an organization, for example.
Yeah.
You know the policy of your own organization. This, you must not do this, you must not go against this.
Sure.
So personally as well, you must also have your own principle.
That guides
That
you,
guides
right?
you, so that you not be. Everybody naturally wants to do something. Everybody has this ability to go beyond their limit, but with your principle, with your rule, it will curtail all excesses.
All right. So, like what our guests have said just now, everybody have this ability to stretch
Yeah.
beyond your limit. But with you having this principle, now one thing is having this principle, then another thing is following it, and I think that's where discipline,
That's where discipline
comes in.
yeah.
Yes, and you said something which caught my attention, that okay, each person will have to set their own principles, like your policy, what you work with, what works for you and what doesn't work for you. In the process, I know some people are hearing us now and they'll be like, yeah, that's true, I need to set up my personal policy. These are the things that I work with, these are the things and I don't work with. Yeah, now when we are talking about that, I want to ask, what are some things you think youth or young adults should have in mind or at the back of their mind while setting up their own personal principle?
One, they must be consistent.
Consistency.
Yeah, because without consistency, if you should learn, because I remember sometimes ago when I was still in school, I'm always, this extra cool of a thing.
Okay,
I
at
would
night.
always call at night and all that.
Who are you calling
But
it? All right, continue.
my wife is listening to me.
Oh,
So because of that, I had to set a rule for myself.
okay.
Though some people sees it as, no, this is too extreme and all that,
Hmm.
because I know it was already affecting me. So
Yeah.
though I learned it from someone,
Okay.
a person, a close brother whom I believe you know very well. Once it's 10 o'clock, he would not attend to any call coming from a female. So
Okay.
he had issue with women.
Okay.
So because of that, it was like, how can I do this?
How can I manage it?
Exactly. So I was like, this is not possible. So I think he called someone who is more knowledgeable than him. So I said, set a standard for yourself and make sure you follow it to the latter.
Set a standard
For
for yourself.
yourself.
And something came to my mind immediately you made that statement, and I will like those who are listening to us, because if you don't have a standard for yourself,
No,
you will accept
forget-
anything.
Anything would come in.
Even if they bring shit close to you, you
You
will
would
accept it.
accept it, yeah.
A man without standard is a man without value.
Exactly.
All right, you can continue.
So, and apart from that, your consistency is very, very important.
Consistency.
If
Okay.
you are not consistent with it, you can start today and not follow it up tomorrow.
You can start today and you won't follow it
You
through
won't follow it through.
if you are not
So
consistent.
consistently,
Okay.
then you yourself, you must always run checks and balances. This thing I'm doing, what have I gone? What are the results? Is it result oriented?
All right. Now a quick one. Back. Let me drag you back
Okay.
a little. You talked about the situation of one of your male friend having issue with females.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are looking at discipline because when we are looking at it as human being, we are social being, and we are meant to interact either across the gender or across religion or cross cultural. We are meant to interact with people as far as we see them. No man can live in isolation. Now, in this case, he's having issue with managing his personal relationship with females,
Exactly.
and probably he must have discovered something. That's why he cuts down his calling time
Exactly.
to 10 p.m. So any call that is coming from a female after 10. Okay, what if the female now use another number to call?
But it actually worked for him.
Yeah, it
actually.
worked for
It
him.
worked for him.
So the rule here is know what work for you.
Exactly.
Know what is draining you, what is bringing you backward,
You
what is
ident-
things
right.
that okay.
Identify the problem.
Identify the
Then
problem.
you'll be able to set your.
All right. Now, I want to ask a question. I know some of us are here listening to us, and some will be watching us online as well. Now, maybe at work, in the house, in the neighborhood, or when it comes to personal life, what are some signs that a youth or a young professional can see in him or herself and will make him feel like this guy lack discipline? So I would like us to look at some of those aspects.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
It depends. The reason why I say it depends, it depends on the angle he or she is viewing it from.
Viewing it from
But talking about that, maybe the manner of approach,
the manner of approach, how they talk.
how they talk.
Okay.
Because when we talk about discipline, that's why I told us earlier that discipline cuts across all sphere of life. Your dressing, people can know, they can judge you by your dress. Though we often say you don't judge a book by its cover. But the moment you see some people, even from the way they talk, you already know the type of person they are.
Yeah.
So that's why I said discipline. Sometimes
So from the way people talk,
the way they dress,
their
manner of approach,
approach, it shows they lack discipline. And I've looked at many young people, honestly, like bringing shame to their parents. You will hear something like, "Oh, lekoli."
Exactly.
It's because they lack to discipline themselves. Now, let's look at it for those who are hearing us this afternoon. We are looking at discipline among youths, self-discipline, to be precise. Now, let's look at some things. We are looking at lack of discipline. And like you said, some people, the way they talk. Last week we talked about boundaries. Some people can say anything. Some people can collect food from anybody.
Without
In fact, I feel like you can eat anything. You can even, I want to say this, even when it comes to borrowing money, it's not everybody you can borrow money from. But some people don't even know that. As far as they have that that aggravation, that's a kind of appetite. They just to satisfy that craving. You see, they can borrow money from anybody, collect anything from anybody, eat anything, touch anything, drink anything. And the fact is, if you live anyhow, you become anyhow. That's just the fact. Because the rule of life is what you give out is what you get. All right, now back to the principle. We've talked about consistency. Now, are there still some other principles apart from when you said those your personal principles of life? Yeah.
the first one, just like I jotted down here, you have to create a schedule for yourself.
Create a schedule for yourself. Okay.
Thereafter, you set boundaries, which is very, very important.
Create a schedule for yourself and set
You set
boundaries. Okay.
You use positive self-talk.
Positive self-talk. Okay. How?
Many a times when I say using positive self-talk, you always encourage yourself with godly affirmation.
Positive affirmation, right? Yeah.
Some people have written themselves off already. That
So you speak good things into yourself. That's good.
You speak
All right.
positive things to yourself. Then apart from that, just like I've said, you have to set boundaries. Then you track your process. This thing I've done, just like the other friend of mine in the
Yes.
when he gave himself that truth, he was always evaluating himself. Anything you do and you evaluate yourself and there is nothing to show for it, then it means there is no result.
So I come again. Anything you do and you have nothing good to show for it
then
is a
better
waste.
It's just a waste.
So I think this even have to come to friendship as well.
Exactly.
Any friend you are keeping,
If I cannot benefit from you,
yes.
even I do tell my prayer partner, this prayer group we are, if after joining us and you see that things are not going on as expected,
yeah.
it's better for you to
So
withdraw yourself.
I remember in biology we have, I think, two type of relationship: the parasitic and symbiotic.
Okay.
Parasitic relationship is when the parasite is gaining from the host, and symbiotic is when both are benefiting from each other. So definitely, even in your relationship, if you are just there, your friends are just draining you, or you are the parasite, definitely you need to check. All right, so that's just that on the principle of discipline. Now I would like us to look at what are some dangers of lack of discipline. You know, like we said, some youths, they can sleep from morning till, because one thing I know is at times your body may demand more sleep, but discipline will make you to deny yourself that sleep. At times you see something, you'll be like, can it fine no? But discipline will make you, self-discipline, no, now, not be everything you take, you leave it. Many are going into stealing today, not because their parents are poor or broke, but it's because they cannot control their urge. They lack self-discipline. We've seen many today who are carrying sexually transmitted diseases.
Just for the lack of discipline.
Just because of the lack of... See, even when you are married, you will still see women that are still more beautiful. That's just the truth.
That is when you even see them the more.
Fine girl na water. So, fine girl na water.
Sure.
So, but if you cannot discipline yourself, you will just be jumping on every...
It's just like what I said in church on Sunday.
So
I was preaching to them normally, and I told them, I went back to the book of Matthew chapter 5, and I told them the Bible says, whosoever looketh on a woman and lusts after her has committed adultery.
I think I will introduce you to talkative so that you come on the lesson.
I said, this thing, I said, looking at someone is not a sin. But the moment you lust, that is the place of discipline.
Discipline.
When you don't discipline yourself, it will definitely
you will surely see.
You will surely
see things.
Discipline is a must.
So it's not everything that flashes at you that you absorb into your own self. So like I said, we are looking at discipline, and we are looking at different ways it applies to youths today, and those are some of the reasons we've highlighted for you. Now some practical strategies, and we look at self-denial. Like I said, that some people, maybe you are sleeping and you know you are supposed to read. You are supposed to read. But definitely your body will want you to sleep more. As a student, you need to discipline yourself. Another name for discipline, I think we are called self-denial. When you deny yourself, deny your body.
That's why I use the word training.
Training.
Because training is not something that is always easy. So it is something that may be forceful, but if you can endure it, you definitely enjoy it.
I want to ask a question. What of a situation where you are in a place and you see people that are engaging in conversation, and you understand me? And at times, I don't know if it has happened to you before. You'll be like,
even personally, when I was coming, I was discussing with one of my colleagues. Personally, I don't like joining public conversation. Because I'm of the opinion, not just because of the way the country is now, because many times people will definitely start a conversation just to sample your own thing. Just
your IQ.
Exactly. I was listening to a sermon some times ago by Apostle Johnson Slayman, and it was like, there is no gentle person. Just give the person a very good topic, and you see them, they will start to talk. So it was from there I got the idea of, so everybody can talk.
Everybody can talk.
Give them
something that interests them.
Yeah, you just see yourself in a vehicle, maybe you are on transit, and you just see some people, they are in a conversation, and you just see someone they've never met from Adam, and before you know it, they bump into the discussion, friendship has started, and all that. And before you know it, personal things that are very confidential, they share it out. So that's lack of discipline. And we learn no boundary,
exactly. All right, so definitely that means it is not even it's not all conversation. You join. I want to look at the aspect of finances.
Okay.
As a youth, I can be hungry now, and I will be like, somebody kept this money with me. But you understand me? The money is not my own, to be precise, but I was like, but I'm hungry, I need to eat. What if I quickly, you know, for me I see it as lack of discipline. I don't know your own opinion about that. For example, a money that is not your own, and you just you get my point.
Why not tell the person who
what
give you the money? Because what if you go touch the money and the owner of the money then asks for the money at that particular time? So what will you do? The person who has given that money has done that based on trust.
Yeah, has done that based on trust.
And the moment the person requests for the money and you find it hard to release, next time the person will not. So you are not well disciplined enough, because the trust will no longer be there.
The trust will no longer be there. So like we are saying, we are not saying be a sadist. We are just looking at discipline. Denying yourself of some basic thing of some certain things as youth. It's not everything. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient.
Exactly. Even when you go to the market, sorry to say, write out your list. I want to get this, I want to get this. If you are not
That's finances.
If you are not disciplined enough, you would spend on those things you really want to buy. You end up not buying them because you see other flashy things.
Other flashy things. And I think that will go to salary earners also.
So
the place of budgeting and sticking to it.
That's why I said discipline cuts across every sphere of life.
Every sphere of life.
Yeah.
Some people, everything they did, I think that's impulse spending. You are earning so amount. You see wristwatch, you want to buy.
Go for it.
You see shoe,
you go for it.
So and at the end of the month you be like, I just collect salary, I don't know how. So discipline cuts across finances,
everything.
Our morals, our social life,
education,
even to student as well, even teacher to student. We are seeing cases. Yesterday on Campus Gist, we discussed the story of a lecturer that was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment because he was caught sleeping with a student. It is lack of discipline.
Yeah.
Definitely these students are fine. Definitely they have figures that are attractive. We won't dispute that. God have created them beautifully.
Beautifully
so
it is left for you to discipline yourself.
So quick one before we sign out because of our time. BJ, benefits of self-discipline. You can just run us through one or two.
Benefit of self-discipline, there will be results.
Results.
There will be results.
Result. A disciplined person always gets results.
Yeah, there will be accountability.
Accountability, okay.
There will be accountability in the area that you'll be able to express yourself. When you say this is this, people will be able to vouch for you. That I trust this person.
I know what he can do.
Even if they are suspecting, though everybody is a suspect.
Everybody is a suspect.
But because of your principle, they'll know this person cannot do that. This person can never do that because you've already set the boundary for them.
Yeah.
They know what you can take, they know what you cannot take. So that's that. And even apart from that, it will make you more responsible.
More responsible.
It will it will give you respect. You will command respect because you know this person. Because if you are not disciplined, just like the story of the lecturer you made mention of now.
Just imagine.
How would, assuming the person now, even is a family man, I believe it should be a family man. Members of the family, they cannot say, let my child go and stay with uncle so and so.
Just imagine.
So
the trust has gone.
That trust, the respect, you can never earn it back again.
Yeah.
So that is why I said discipline is a must.
It's a must.
It may not be easy to set the rule, but once you do that, that's why I made mention of the word consistency.
Consistency.
So that it will be able to, it will earn you your respect. So once you've gotten the respect, it will help you.
Then I want to say this as well. If you're a disciplined person, don't think everybody will accept you.
Sure.
Yeah. Because in most cases, people like the lousy ones.
People even see you to be a tough person.
They may see you to be a tough person.
And you may not have friends.
You may not have friends.
They don't have friends.
So if you cannot dare to walk alone,
exactly.
you cannot be disciplined. So as we round up, I would like you to give your closing remark to the youths and young adults who are listening to us this afternoon.
All right, once again, before we bring everything to the show, I want to appreciate everyone. And just like we have said on the subject matter, discipline. Discipline is not easy, but it is a necessity. It is a must because you have to train yourself, the laid down rules, the principle that has been set. You have to bring everything into action. And without discipline, just like I said in the course of our show, there will be no respect. You will not be able to account for some things. If you can discipline yourself enough, if you can follow some of this laid down this thing, it will help you in all areas of life.
All right. So if you can discipline yourself, it will help you in all areas of life. And I will leave you with this. I will leave you with this as we sign out as well, that discipline is inevitable. If you cannot discipline yourself, life will punish. Life will discipline you.
Exactly.
If you cannot discipline yourself, people will place you on that discipline. So before nature, life, or others place you on discipline, ensure you discipline yourself. That will be the size of the program on Youth Pulse this afternoon. We meet again next week Friday by 2 p.m. Thank you very much and enjoy.